is my boyfriend.
Karma is my boyfriend.
Karma is a god.
Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Karma's a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious that for you it's not sweet like honey? Karma is a cat purring in my lap because it loves me. Floating like a goddamn acrobat. Me and Karma vibe like that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Legally NYC. I have a couple guests with me today. The first one is Lorelai, but since she's a dog, she doesn't speak. You'll only know she's here if you watch it on YouTube. My second guest I have with me today, who will be here for the full length of the episode, is one of my sisters. It is Darian, the youngest sibling. Darian, say hello.
Sibling. Hi.
Say hello.
Hi.
Darian's been on before, I think, right? One episode we did. Yeah.
Yes.
She didn't talk a lot on that one. I'm gonna make her talk more on this one though. Don't worry. No. Anyway, so Darian is back with us today, and then for one segment, the Taylor Swift segment, because Midnight's was released, we have another guest with us. It is another one of my siblings. It is the second youngest. It is Madeline.
Hello, listeners of Legally NYC. You may call me Mads. My friends call me Mads. You may call me Mads.
You may call me Mads. I was going to say AKA Mads if you didn't get to it, but perfect. That's how you introduced yourself.
Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is a guy. Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. If you couldn't tell, that may be my favorite song from the album.
It's my favorite right now. Sometimes my favorites change though, so we'll see.
Like currently it's the favorite.
I don't know.
Though.
My favorite has stuck with all the other albums, though, the recent ones at least. Like my favorite on Folklore was August. It stuck. I'm not sure if I ever totally picked an Evermore favorite. I think it's Gold Rush though. I feel like that is what I said.
My Evermore favorite is Evermore. I will get a tattoo.
Oh, I do like Evermore a lot.
Also, I would like to say that Karma is not my favorite. It's got to be my second favorite because my favorite is Sweet Nothing.
Of course it is.
I
like Sweet Nothing, but I pick my favorites based off the ones that I can walk to best since I walk a lot. So my favorite songs
Karma's a good strutting song.
Oh, Lorelai's about to jump, so I'm just going to set her free.
Lorelai,
jump into the bed.
No,
not like jumping, not like a bad jump, like a jump to the bed. Anyway, so Mads is with us for the Taylor segment, so we will be starting with that today. But for reference, Darian is 10 years younger than me. I'm 24, so Darian is, right, I'm 24. Yeah, so Darian is 14, and Mads is 3 years younger than me, so she is 21. Did I get those right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So that's for reference, and they're the two youngest siblings, so Mads
but we're 7 years apart.
But they're 7 years apart.
Darian.
Darian was probably an accident, a happy accident, but an accident nonetheless. Anyway, moving on.
She just says that. I can't let that slide, bro.
Anyway, they're both in New Hampshire, which is where I'm from. As I've said, if you haven't listened, we're from New Hampshire. They're there right now. Darian is in high school, not middle school. I messed that up before we got on the call, and she was not happy with me. Madeline is doing her master's in educatione. Is it just normal education, or I forgot?
I'm in a dual master's program for elementary and special ed.
Elementary and special ed. There it is. There you have it, folks. This is a weird way that I'm doing this intro, you know? We try new things. Anyway, let's just hop right into Taylor, guys.
How do you usually do your intros? I don't listen, so.
Well, it depends on the episode. With a guest, I usually have them introduce themselves because, like, if the episode's really about them, you need to get to know them more. But you guys are here for Taylor. Yeah, but this doesn't matter. Exactly.
This episode is not about us. It's about
Taylor. And you guys have both been on before. So it was just like a little synopsis, like if you haven't heard the ones that they're on. We've talked, like you did one with me last year, Darian did one. So if you want to know more about them, I guess go find those episodes. But they're here for Taylor today.
Because Karma is my boyfriend.
Karma is a god.
Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend.
Karma is a relaxing thought.
Aren't you envious that for you it's not? All right.
Okay. So we're just going to do overall thoughts on the album, the vibes. What are the
Okay.
vibes we're getting?
Can I go first?
Yeah, you could go first. Actually, first rate it. 1 out of 10.
I don't like rating things like that.
Well, I was just gonna rate it a 10.
10.
My hot take is I don't think it's a 10.
Like,
I
give
don't
it-
think it's a
okay.
10.
I give it like an 8.5.
I could give it like an 8.
I feel like-
I don't. Okay, so this is what I was gonna say. My thoughts on this album. Okay, I
Erin is
I didn't expect it. I just
I
didn't
don't-
expect it.
I don't dislike it, but if we're going on a scale from 1 to 10, and like I'm rating like other albums of Taylor Swift's, like Evermore for me is getting a 10.
Speak Now is
Really?
getting
like,
a 10.
So Midnight Speak Now is like getting a 10. So
Speak
Midnight
Now
is
is
like
my favorite.
is like not getting the 10 for me because I just like I already know. Usually when an album comes out at first, it's like your favorite and you're like, I have to wait a couple months to see if it's still
Mhm.
my favorite. But I just know this one's not gonna surpass. Like I just know this one's not gonna surpass the ones that I think are my
Interesting.
favorite now. So it's not a 10.
Interesting.
I gave it an 8.5. Like all the songs except for the last two sound like very similar. Like Sweet Nothing is
Wait,
very
Darian, are you
completely-
including the bonus tracks or are you just doing 1 to 13?
I
No,
would
I'm
like to
I'm not
say
doing the 3 a.m. version.
I
This is-
disagree with Darian.
Okay, well, can I finish my
Yes.
thing? When the first time I listened to it, all the songs sound like they went into each other, which I like. Like I don't know what it was, but like one song ended and then it went right into the next one. But like
Like it was a
It's not-
cohesive album.
yes, and it's not that I didn't like that they sounded all the same. It's just that it was weird because I'm used to like her other albums, like they switch kind of. But
So you
it's
like
not
it
that I
better
didn't
when
like
it's
it.
a more drastic difference.
Yeah,
Like when it goes
yeah.
from like Soon You'll Get Better to like London Boy.
No, I
didn't like.
hate
I
that.
did not.
Soon You'll Get Better to London Boy is
I
literally
just
like,
don't like.
That
Soon
is
You'll
the
Get Better.
transition, right? I'm not wrong.
existed.
It's Soon You'll Get Better and then London Boy.
It's literally
Is that
like,
correct?
Soon you'll get
Okay.
better. You know I love a London boy.
I gotta be honest, those
Bye.
are my 2 least favorite songs on Lover, I think. Actually, yeah.
I don't like
no,
the
maybe-
Archer.
Oh, hang on. Lorelai has something to say. She has something to say because Megan is home. I'm gonna set her free. Those listening, I'm not cutting this out.
Hello, everybody. Since Erin's letting her dog out, Darian, I'm gonna expose you right now because Darian hasn't listened to
Yes, I
Evermore,
have. Yes,
the
I have.
album. Also, another question for you: have you even listened to the 3 a.m. version of Midnight's yet?
Yes, I have.
Name one song from it. It's different. That's not from the 3 a.m. version.
Yes, it
Fake
is.
fan,
Lorelai's
fake fan.
been set
No,
free.
that's from the
What
Target
song did
Deluxe
she just say
version.
was from 3 a.m.?
Hit different.
Okay,
Hits different.
okay, I
That's
only
from
listen-
the Target Deluxe
I only
version.
listened to the 3 a.m. version once, and it's because I was on my
Wait,
way to school and I
Hits
did it.
Different? Is that even a song?
It's from the Target Deluxe edition. You can't
Oh,
get
well,
it
I
on
didn't
Apple
get the
Music.
Target Deluxe yet.
You
because
can
I don't.
hear it on YouTube, or
Oh.
people have been playing clips of it on TikTok.
How have I not seen any of those on TikTok? I'm on Taylor TikTok.
Yes,
I
you're
haven't been
just
on
not
TikTok a lot.
real
No, I have.
Swiftie, Erin.
Darian's not a real Swiftie either because I asked her to name one song from the 3 a.m. version,
And
and
she
she named
named
a
the
song that's
Target
not even on it.
exclusive.
I only listened to it once.
All right. Anyways, so that was my thought on the album as a whole. I
Making
like
me
it.
Sound bad.
I like it. I don't dislike it. I think it's
Okay.
a good rating, but I just like don't foresee it passing my other 2 favorite albums.
Okay, that's fair. I'm giving it a 10, but I am a Speak Now lover stan, and this gave me a very Speak Now lover vibe plus a little Reputation. And I like a little Reputation mix.
I got
it's
something to say.
giving lover.
I got something
And
to say.
those
Actually,
are my 2 favorite albums. I'll never like Speak Now won't get surpassed. It's like my favorite live album, but like Lover and Speak Now are like almost tied. They're the same vibe. Is somebody talking?
Someone in our house is
Is
listening to
listening to-
Come on, my boyfriend.
Who is
I think
it? Is it our mother?
Joanne.
I think it's our mother trying to throw us off.
Is she singing it or listening to it? Like she put it on the
She's playing
Sonos?
it.
It's on full blast.
Oh my god. Okay, I love that. Okay, so
Wait,
those
no,
are-
wait. I got something to say. You said this like give you Speak Now, like it's giving Speak Now and Lover and
Mhm.
Reputation.
Yeah.
I think that the next one she's coming out with, like as her like she redid them, is Speak Now
Oh,
because
the Easter eggs. Did you guys watch the music video?
I watched
Didn't
them
even
in my
know this
no.
already.
But listen, Reagan found a good one. This isn't mine. I'm giving this. This is my friend Reagan. She did this one. It was
Shout out to
it was
Reagan.
it was a hair clip, and in the Speak Now like music videos, I'm pretty sure it said TS for Taylor Swift. I don't know if that's what she said. I don't remember. But in this one, it said SP for Speak Now in the hair clip.
It said SN,
SN
which
for
people think might be Speak Now, but also could be Sweet Nothing. It was a clip from. It was a
I said
a
SP.
clip
My
from
bad, guys.
a clip from the music videos where she was wearing a clip in her hair that said SN. So people think it might be the Sweet Nothing music
Oh,
video,
I
but
thought
other
it
people also
said-
think it might be
it's
I
Speak
thought it
Now.
said TS. I just
There's a TS
There
one.
is a TS
There's
one.
a TS
okay.
one and an SN one.
Okay, people, but I saw there were a lot of Easter eggs for Speak Now in it. Like I watched some videos about it where
no Sweet Nothing video yet.
it would
No, I
just.
didn't.
She asked me about a Sweet Nothing video.
Our mother asked because I said something about Sweet Nothing and she said, "Oh, there's a Sweet Nothing video," and I
Did
said,
she
"Not
love
yet."
that one?
I think you said that one was your favorite, right?
Yes, it's my
I like that one a
But-
lot.
Our
It's
mother's
her
favorite
alarm.
is Sweet Nothing. It's her alarm for the morning.
Oh yes, she said that. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. But like I said, my favorites, they are like my walking songs. So I like Sweet Nothing like when I'm just chilling, but it's not a walking song unless I'm doing the whole album. But anyway, yeah, lots of Easter eggs for Speak Now being next. There was like different colors and like different. Oh, it was the elevator. The elevator buttons like went in order of her album releases, including the re-release colors, and then the one above it, like the next color, was the same color as the Speak Now one down below. So, yeah, and it would. Speak Now would make sense, except my friend pointed out that that's like it was a summer album, but maybe she'll switch it up.
I've heard people on TikTok say they think that Speak Now is the perfect winter album.
So I think it can be summer or winter, but not fall or spring.
I think it's
That
like
makes sense.
some songs like ours, that is she frozen?
No, I was listening.
That song, like that's a summer song, maybe spring.
But Back
then
to
it's
December
like
is on
Back
Speak
to
Now,
December,
right? Yeah.
Innocent, Haunted. Those are winter songs.
Yeah, so I think it's 50-50 where she could do a winter or summer release on this.
Okay, I would just can we get back to the album that just came
Yeah,
out?
yeah,
Let's
back
get
to
back
the
to talking
album.
about that,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
One thing I would like to say is on my first listen, actually on my first couple listens, I don't know how I missed this, frankly. But when I looked it up
Now
on
I
Apple
feel like
Music,
I probably missed it.
No. When I looked it up on Apple Music, I just like clicked the one that came up. I did not realize that this album was explicit.
Oh,
until
you were
I had
listening to the
already-
clean one.
I was listening to the clean version for the first 4 days. I discovered yesterday it was explicit. And I didn't know. And I even thought to myself, like, it's weird that she's not swearing at all in this album, considering she did in Folklore and Evermore. But
Yeah, like including there's a song literally called
but in
Vigilante
yes, and
Shit.
considering Vigilante Shit is a song.
Were they blocking
but-
out shit?
Wait, so this is what I'm going to tell you. So in the album like lineup on Apple Music, it's still called Vigilante Shit, but it doesn't have an explicit next to it. And in the song, which I listened back and I hear now, she says Vigilante
that's super.
Shit.
Oh,
But
okay.
honestly, listening to it,
It's still too bright. Oh, well.
listening to it, knowing that the song was called Vigilante Shit, I just like heard shit, so I didn't think anything of it. And also because it was still called it on the clean version, I don't know. So I discovered yesterday
That's so
that it's
funny.
explicit, and I can't tell you how that amped it up for me more. It honestly did. Like Maroon, listening to Maroon with the explicits in it was too good. And like
You just spat all over my computer.
sorry,
That's
was too
disgusting.
good. And listening to all the songs before without those explicits, it was just weird to me because some things
I
were
can't
like
believe
kind of
you did
sounded
that.
awkward. And now that I listen to it with the
You're
explicits,
like,
they sound
oh,
awkward.
it's because the word was missing.
It sounds awkward because they had to replace the word with something else.
That's so embarrassing. My
I like-
Alexa only plays the clean versions of things. I can be like, play
Yeah.
the explicit one, and she's like, what? So then I have to like
Yeah,
Google
so
it.
That's also I didn't know because when we were playing it around the house,
She plays the clean one.
Rexes just play the clean
The
version.
The
Well, I don't.
Rexes.
She's right behind me, so
Yeah, I wonder if
unless-
mine is
My bad.
listening. I said her name like 3 times.
The-
The Rexa.
No, she plays the explicit version. No, she doesn't.
Not if you just tell her to play it. If you do it from your
Our
phone.
mother bought the explicit version.
But you have to, if you do it from your phone, if you just ask her to play it and she plays it on like Apple Music or something, then
It's
she'll
better
play.
that way.
I was really hoping that there was gonna be a song on the Midnight's album called Breakfast or like Breakfast
I
at
know.
Midnight. Because I said this to you because in the album,
That's what the event
in
was
the
called
Red
that I went
album-
to, the listening
in
party.
the Red.
Breakfast.
Can I talk? Can I talk? In the Red album, she had her song 22. She says Breakfast at Midnight, and so I was like, oh, 22. The album Midnight's coming out in 2022.
That would've
Breakfast
been
at
good.
Midnight. It would be a good song,
I
but
would
she
have
didn't.
died.
Maybe she'll come out with a single, maybe, or like
She
an extra
won't,
thing.
Darian. You can dream.
Darian,
Okay,
you
I
should.
I'll
You
send
come
her
out
a
with one.
message. I'll send her a message.
We're gonna text her.
I'll
we're
just
gonna
text
give
her.
a
I'll
little
give her
text.
a FaceTime when we hop off of here. I'll hop on FaceTime with her.
Oh, wait, do we want to do least favorite track to be?
I don't know if I have a
Fine.
least favorite, but you
I
can.
have a least favorite, but it's only my least
I was gonna
favorite
say maybe
because-
our favorite first, but we can do least favorite first, I guess.
Let's do least favorite first and then do favorite.
And then end on a high note. Okay.
My least
I don't have a
favorite
favorite.
is simply just because like every time I don't know, I just like can't connect to it or understand the lyrics. I still don't know any of the lyrics to this song after listening to it. It's just like not sticking
What
in my
song?
brain. Dear Reader. So it's from the 3 a.m. edition.
Oh, I
And I
like
just,
that one.
like-
It feels like a letter to the fans.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to listen, and I just keep trying to listen to it, but for some reason it's just like not
Watch the
sticking
lyric
with me.
video. Lyric
Okay.
video. I
Okay.
watched the
'Cause-
lyric video and I was like, oh, it really does feel like a letter, the way that it looks too.
Why are we?
Okay,
glowing?
so I'll have to
Why-
give that one another try. I don't dislike any of the songs. That one's only my least favorite because I just simply like it's not.
Okay. I
It's
don't
not
know my
hitting
least
for
favorite.
me.
I have to
Why
look
are we-
now.
Why are we glowing right now?
Darian, why are you moving the computer up and down? Now the video's
Because
gonna be
it-
all shaky. You're
All
going
right, Darian, what's your
Sorry.
least favorite?
least favorite. I gotta look at the track list. My my least favorite is gonna be. I don't know if I can pick a least favorite. I
You don't
really
have
like-
to.
I don't
Or
have-
one that how about not a least favorite, but one that you just like aren't necessarily like
I
vibing with
only-
quite yet.
Oh,
I
the
only
one
listen-
I feel like I haven't vibed with You're on Your Own, Kid, or Maroon yet. And I like all the songs, but for some reason those aren't ones that I go, oh, I want to listen to that one right now, you know?
Okay,
I only-
understandable, except that I don't understand how you can't connect with You're on Your Own, Kid. With the Erin, you gotta like
I
You
like
just
it
need
a
to-
lot. Actually, I lied.
No, Erin,
It's
you need to
Maroon. Maroon,
listen-
if you ask me, I don't
Yeah.
know what Maroon is about.
I
That's
love
the one that
Maroon.
I just like for it hasn't like hit my brain yet. Like at some point
Yeah,
I'll probably get it, but that one hasn't it hasn't connected to my brain yet. I don't know
I-
what it's about. Same with I know Labyrinth. That's about a messy. Yeah, I think those are the two probably.
right now.
But mostly Maroon. It's a good song. Again, I love it. Good sound, but I don't know what it's about. If you ask me, I have no idea what that song's about.
Right now,
it's about like a new
Yeah.
relationship and finding that and being so comfortable. Well, I'm telling you, so when you listen to it again, you can like
Maybe
Listen,
I
thinking
took
that
notes on all
about
of them.
like being comfortable because
I bet did I write that in my notes? Oh, I said giving
don't
red
know.
vibes because Scarlet turned maroon. So I said, oh, and then I said Scarlet Letter.
right now, I only listened to the album a few times because I haven't really had the time because of school and stuff. But don't look at me like that.
You
right
only
now.
listened to the album 2 times because you had school. I'm
I
in
never
law
said
school.
2. I said a few.
Oh, I thought you
Okay,
said
that's the
No,
okay.
reason.
Why? Tell us.
Right now, I think it was Question, the one that I liked it.
Can I ask you a
A
question?
question. That's about Harry Styles.
Okay.
It
well,
Have
samples
you
out
ever
of
had
the woods.
someone kiss you
I
in a
remember.
crowded room?
Um,
I
And-
remember.
and
People listening to this episode are gonna be like, "What did they take? What were they on?"
Pure adrenaline.
I
From
don't
Taylor
remember.
Swift's Midnights.
Darian says glitch is really not sticking with her either.
I
That's
don't
one that's,
remember
like,
it.
That one's not. That's one
I
that's like
feel
not
that.
sticking with
It's
me
a
either.
glitch in my memory, guys.
I
Okay, no one else.
I get that.
All right, let's do favorites. I have to get going and try and finish some
Yeah, yeah.
homework,
So as I already told people, I can't pick my favorites. I'm having issues, but I narrowed it down to my
Lavender?
top 5.
Yes, let's do
Lavender Haze
let's
gives
do-
me Cornelius.
Let's
Street.
do
No,
top 5
No,
and then
I
maybe what
think-
you're leaning towards as favorite right now.
Okay.
So right now,
top 5, but it doesn't have to be in order because I don't
Yes.
have an order yet.
yeah, but I
Okay.
am leaning towards Karma as my current favorite just because I'm
Fair.
really vibing with it, but I know that's going to shift. It might be the one that I overplay. Like When You Need to Calm Down came out and I loved that. And then I was like, this is annoying. Anyway, but so right now I'm leaning towards Karma as my favorite, but the other 4, no particular order: Lavender Haze, Anti-Hero, Midnight Rain, and Question.
Those all make like so much sense for you.
Mine.
Especially Lavender Haze. I feel like as soon as I heard it, I was like, Erin's going to love this
Okay,
song.
Lavender
just-
Haze gives me I think he knows vibes.
And
He
the
gives everybody, I think he knows vibes.
hearing, because it literally is, it's the same beat. Like
Lavender
the
Haze creeping
And
up
I'm
on
on I Think He Knows Stan. Like that's one of my favorites from Lover. Like it's not my favorite because I'm a Cruel Summer Until I Die, and then Cornelia Street.
I know you are.
But I Think He Knows, that's my top 5 on it's in my top 5 on Lover. And I'm
Yeah,
a Lover stan. Like I love all the songs.
My
I know
top
you are.
5.
All right, Darian's top 5.
My top
I'm
5.
ready
I
for
do
this.
not have a top on my
That's
top
fine,
5,
just
so I'm
say
just gonna
5.
say them in no order.
No order.
Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, and Midnight Rain.
That was
Even though
4.
those are all the ones with the stars.
Green,
That's
that was
4.
4
Oh,
songs.
That was
Darian,
4,
Darian
2, 3,
actually
4.
just read the track list in order.
I skipped a few. Even I did.
Wait,
and
was
I
it
wasn't.
Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, and Midnight Rain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pick a
This should
5th
be
one.
And
Oh,
then-
the 5th one has to be
Karma is my
It's my boyfriend.
That one or Sweet Nothing.
Okay.
Fair. Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think
So-
if those make sense for Darian.
Karma makes sense.
Karma makes sense,
Anti-Hero,
but
Lavender Haze.
I like all of them. I cannot just pick 5, but those
Her
ones
being
I would
stuck
like.
though between what's it called?
Karma.
Karma or Sweet
and-
Nothing doesn't make sense to me. I would have thought that those would have just both been in her top 5. And that maybe
No, and
another one
I
would have
can't
been bumped.
pick between them
And-
because I really actually I could switch out Maroon.
I was gonna
I could
say,
switch out
I feel
Maroon.
like
I like
you-
Maroon.
So you have the
and
same
Midnight
favorites as me,
Rain-
basically.
Maroon and Midnight Rain don't hit me as
Midnight
like
Rain
Darian
is just
songs.
James Charles.
Listen, I love Midnight Rain. And then I sent you guys, all those freaking TikToks I sent at 2 a.m. instead of sleeping. They were all of the Gilmore Girls edits. And then I was watching Little Women
Oh, I love
Women
that movie.
edits last night. Oh my God. And Lori and Joe are Midnight Rain. And Lori and Amy are, oh my God, what was the song that was for them? Oh, what was it? I gotta look while you
Best
tell your
believe I'm
favorites.
still bejeweled. Is it that one?
Oh, I love.
Honestly, maybe. Hang on. While you say yours, Mads, I'm gonna look because
Okay.
I sent some of them. So
All
let me-
right. So my top 5.
also I want to watch Little Women again now because I was watching those edits and I was like, I
Same.
feel like I didn't appreciate this movie enough when I watched it the first time.
We can watch it together. I love that movie.
because I also want to rewatch it because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it lately.
Timothy Chalamet.
I didn't know,
Okay,
and
let me
that was
do my
before
top
Timothy
5.
Chalamet was big. Like I feel like that was his first. That was one of his first big wasn't it one of his first? Like
Maybe.
I didn't know who he
it was. Like
was.
when he was popular.
Yeah.
That's what I
it-
mean. Like that was when people
But
found
it wasn't
out who he
it wasn't the movie that made him big though.
No,
There
no,
was
no.
some-
But
there
it was one of his first big roles.
One of his first, yeah. Okay, so my top 5s. I have found out that
And Florence
I am,
Pugh too.
Yes, Erin, thank you.
I didn't
Thank
even
you,
realize
we
it
are
was
all
Florence
five.
Pugh until I
Oh.
started seeing edits
Oh.
from it years later. I didn't know it was the. I didn't know. It was the same girl.
we kind of want to talk on this side.
Okay,
of
I'm
the-
so
of the-
sorry. Okay,
of
I'm
the
gonna be
country,
quiet
Erin.
now while I look this up while Mads does her top 5.
Okay, so my top 5. I have discovered recently with this album and other albums that I am a like deluxe version supporter. I am a like The Lakes is my absolute favorite song.
That's my shit.
Of Taylor Swift. I love Right Where You Left Me. I love the bonus tracks, the deluxe version tracks. So it surprises me not at all that a lot of my favorites are on the deluxe version.
Mhm.
Also, when I first listened to it, because I'm an idiot and I listened at 6:30 in the morning, so I didn't have that much brain power. I listened on, please don't exile me for this, but I listened on shuffle.
Oh yeah, you didn't know.
I didn't know. So it was actually interesting to
Mads
see
had
that
a
I
weird
listened
first
on.
experience. Clean on shuffle.
Yeah. So it was interesting because then it was like the favorites that I picked out. I texted our other sister Shannon. As I was listening, every song that I was listening to that I was like, I like this.
She was like, that's
And
not
a
right.
lot of
Oh my
them-
God,
and they were
Shannon's
like,
gonna hear this segment and go, "Why didn't you guys invite me?"
Oh.
That's what's gonna
she's
happen.
working.
She's
at
okay,
work.
I didn't know that. But
I
also
love you,
because
Shannon. I would
Theory
always
and Mads just
invite
came
you
to
to
join.
things.
But Shannon, we
Okay,
weren't
anyways.
not inviting you. Just Mads was here while Darian and I are doing our episode.
Okay.
Shout out to
So
Shannon. Love you.
Shout out,
to
Shannon.
Shannon. Love you. My 5 favorites
Girl,
right
you are
now.
pulling it out of my ear. Calm down.
Sweet Nothing has to be one, and Karma. But then Would've, Could've, Should've.
That
I die for that song. High Infidelity and Paris. Bigger Than the Whole Sky is a close 6.
French
And
kiss.
I just like, I don't know what it is, but I love the 3 a.m. version. I love all of the tracks on the 3 a.m. I don't know what it is, but I love High Infidelity. I love the straight up like, yes, I cheated on you, and
I know.
And I'll do it
that's
again.
fine. Do you really want to know where I was?
Is it
April
April
29.
29?
Yes.
We do actually.
Google. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Where was Taylor Swift?
I
on
actually
April
did look it
29?
up and nothing popped. So
Wait.
So yeah,
I don't know what year it was. So
those are my 5s. Would've, could've, should've. High Infidelity, Paris, Karma, and Sweet Nothing. Sweet.
Wait, High Infidelity, Karma, Sweet Nothing. Just list them one more time. I was trying to look for this thing.
Would've, could've, should've.
Oh, yes.
High Infidelity, Paris, Sweet Nothing, and Karma.
Okay.
If it's
Oh,
just
can we
an
just
issue,
talk about
giving me
Paris
dark
for a
vibes.
second?
It's
so-
so cute.
No, it's so cute. But I was gonna say when Megan heard it, I think it was Megan. It might have been one of you. I don't know. Somebody said, yeah, it like they were in Paris or whatever. I was like, no. She says it's like we were in Paris. I was like, it's because I think when we were talking about when it would have been, and I said, no, this is early Taylor Swift. They were on the floor with his roommate's screw top wine. And this is early Taylor Swift, like imagining that they're in Paris.
Wait,
like,
the screw top wine was from Maroon.
oh, sorry, wrong song. Doesn't matter. It's like, sorry, it's early vibes though, where they're just like imagining they were somewhere else. It's early relationship vibes. I mean, like honeymoon phase, where you're just like so in love that it's like you're in Paris. It's like this, it's like that.
She literally is like so in love that I might stop breathing, like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so simple,
Yeah.
but just so cute.
No,
to
it
think
is,
about
but some
that
people were
type
like
of love.
missing that they weren't actually in Paris. So then
No,
people are like
and-
interpreting wrong. And that's like really important to the purpose of the song.
The whole point of the song is that it doesn't matter where they are, because it says they're like going down alleyways and like drinking cheap
Oh, that's
champagne.
what it was. It was cheap champagne. That's what it was.
and
Alleyways.
drinking cheap champagne. It's like they're
No, it's
not
drinking cheap
living
something else, pretending it's champagne.
whatever.
It doesn't matter. They're pretending. It's like imagining
ch-
things are better because they just are because they're together.
Right. It's another one of Taylor. Taylor looking at Joe going, "You're poor."
Damn, Joe, if you're listening to this,
Joe, my
don't
bag is
let
bigger.
that slide.
No, haven't you seen those things where people
Yeah.
are like, Taylor just constantly calls Joe poor
So,
in all of her
working
songs.
at
Like,
you and your
uh,
green t-shirt at the yogurt shop because
Yeah.
you need to make some money.
And then like those boys in their fancy cars, the Range Rovers and their Jaguars, they never take me quite where you do in your stupid, not expensive, used car. Like,
Wrangler.
that's-
You're full.
Yeah.
Cheap
Just
Wrangler.
kidding. All love to Joe. I love Joe.
We love
But
Joe. The
it's like-
relationship is real.
We love Joe, but it's just like it's another one of like the songs I feel like about the relationship that's like it doesn't need to be expensive. It doesn't need to be so over the top to be like so
Mhm.
special. And I just like
Yeah.
maybe it's just because like I'm in a relationship, but that one like it's so good.
I thought you were gonna say
Good
some in a
for
relationship
you.
like that. I was gonna say, what's that mean?
No, just like a good relationship.
Yeah.
Like I feel like like Sweet Nothing in Paris, I just love, and like those are hitting with me. But it's because like unfortunately
It's like
for
Lover
you
hits
guys,
if you're in a
I'm in
relationship.
love.
It's like if you
Um,
listen to the song Lover and
Shout
you're
out
in a
to
relationship.
Connor. Connor is my boyfriend.
Oh,
Connor is a god. Connor is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Connor's a
relaxing
thought. My mom thought that Taylor was singing Connor
not
is my
Karma.
boyfriend.
So I was singing Karma is my boyfriend. She's like, why are you saying Connor's name? I was like, it's Karma, Joanne.
Had she heard the song? Did she think Taylor was saying Connor?
Yes.
It sounds like it's saying Connor if you listen.
Her first listen, she thought she was saying Connor, and so she was like, who is Connor?
She was like, why is this named Karma and not
She's
Connor?
like, Taylor hasn't named a song after a guy in so long. Who is Connor?
Who is Connor?
She's literally like, wow. She said to me today, I thought she was saying Connor, and I was thinking, wow, Taylor Swift and Madeline have a lot in common. Connor is my boyfriend.
Okay, dead. I did try to find the Little Women thing. So I watched a lot of edits the other night, but apparently I didn't like any of the ones with Amy with songs from the new album. But these other songs were used for her. It was what song? Oh, they used This Is Me Trying. So and that makes sense for Amy. That makes sense for Amy. Oh, it's because somebody posted Amy's favorite album is Folklore, but Midnight Rain is Joe March. It is. Midnight Rain is Joe March.
Oh, Joe from the movie, not
Joe
Joe
March. No, Joe March.
Well,
the March sisters.
No,
Little
see,
Women.
when you
And
said
people
that,
keep
like,
putting it.
I
Can you
get
see?
that now.
You see this with the scene where they're outside and he's going, Joe, just marry me, blah blah blah. And she's like, I can't do it. And he's like, why won't you? She's like, I can't love you. I don't know why I can't. Like you want me to, but I can't.
Aaron, I don't need to cry right now. So
I was watching these at 2 a.m. instead of sleeping, and I was like, and it was after I saw the Gilmore Girls ones because somebody had one of those in there, and I was like, oh my god, because people put it with Rory and Logan, and I was like, or no, Rory.
I watch Little Women edits like
Jess,
every other week.
I was like, yes.
You
But
go
then I saw
hashtag
these, and I
Little
was
Women,
like, oh, these
and
hit
there's
even
so many
harder.
edits on there.
Anyway, okay, we gotta let Matt go.
I have to go do homework because I'm in
Yeah.
a master's program.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
You wanted to do that.
I'll worry about my reading later or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Good for you. I'm glad that you have that luxury. Unfortunately,
It's not necessarily that I have the luxury, I take it. Like you said the other day, being
I don't have it, but I take it.
like you said the other day
He's the
on your
hardest guy in
Snapchat
school.
story, if being an adult is having to go to bed instead of staying up late to listen to Taylor Swift, I don't want to be an adult. I responded to it and I said, that's not being an adult. Being an adult is having the choice if you want to sleep or be awake for the next day. And Matt said it's
being a responsible adult. Because I knew I had to be up at 6:30. And if I stayed up and listened to this album, I would have stayed up at that point for the 3 a.m. surprise. Because if I was up until 1 a.m. anyway, why wouldn't I stay up? And then I would be up for the 3 a.m. surprise. And then lo and behold, 5 o'clock. It was a whole second album, essentially.
I went to bed at 4.
I just would have stayed awake the whole night and I wouldn't have made it through the school day.
I went to bed at 4. I don't have school on Friday.
I just listened to them in the morning while I got ready for school.
Wait, I did text our other sister, Shannon. Shout out again, Shan. We love you. And I had texted her and I said, I went to bed at like 10:30. I told her I was going to bed. But if the 3 a.m. surprise was a new album drop or a tour announcement, I put her on like emergency contact so that she would wake me up. And she was like, well, you don't want me to wake up for anything else? And I was like, if it's like a stupid merch drop, like, no, I don't want you to wake me up. And she did make the right call because it wasn't an album announcement. It was like essentially the rest of the album, but like I didn't, like she made the right call because I listened to it in the morning altogether. Yeah. And I liked doing that and not listening to the first part first, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and I listened to it on shuffle, so that's my bad.
That's so embarrassing.
You're telling me shuffle on the clean version on shuffle?
Sacrilegious. First listen shuffle
Freaking
on
Martha
clean.
Stewart or something?
Freaking responsible adult over here. Can't even play an album in order.
Can't even play an explicit version.
Because I'm responsible.
Okay. Little Miss Responsible Student.
I'm going to go now. Bye, everybody.
And everybody, last thing about Taylor Swift, we're awaiting a tour announcement. Thank you for listening to this podcast that I am able to keep my sponsorship so I can pay for my tour ticket. It's my only income.
Meet me at Folk Lover More Fest.
I feel like and also don't forget about the deluxe of we've got new Red songs and new
Okay, sorry. Meet me. So like meet me at midnight. Okay. Meet me at Folk Lover More Taylor's Version Fest.
Yes.
Perfect.
Meet us. Meet us.
No, because she says meet
No,
me at
because she
midnight.
says
Okay,
meet
I know, but like
at midnight.
Okay, goodbye. And on that note,
On that
Karma
note,
is my boyfriend. Karma is the god. Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Karma's a relaxing thought. Orange and fiesta for you, it's not sweet like honey. Karma is a cat. Purring
in my lap
All right.
because it loves me.
She's like,
Me and Karma vibe like that. Okay, Mads is gone. This is just me and Darian now. So Darian, tell me, what do you really think of Mads? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
love you, Mads. Bye.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Okay. Anyway, so Darian, we were gonna do. Oh my god, we talked so much about that. So we've got two more big segments for you guys, and then we've got our 2 little segments we do at the end of every episode that take like
Yes.
a minute each. Okay, we're gonna do 10 minutes of each of the next segments. Maybe first one might be 5-ish, 6. We'll see. Okay, Taylor was the big thing today. Apparently, it wasn't even planned. It happened. It ended up getting planned last minute. Anyway, Darian. So next segment. Updates. What have we been up to? What have we been doing? What have we been up to, Darian? You start. You all know I'm in law school, Darian. What do you do? What do you do for a living? What's your job?
I'm a high school student, a freshman, kind of boring, not gonna lie. But
Kind of boring, not gonna lie.
homecoming is Saturday, so I'm super excited about that. I already got a dress and everything picked out. It was actually an old dress. I have to fix it though, because the bottom I don't like, so I gotta like sew that up.
Which dress is it? Is it the green one?
It's Caitlin's green one.
Oh, Caitlin's green
The
one.
tight green one with the long
Okay,
sleeves.
tell them why you're wearing that. Wait, long sleeves. You gotta send me that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll send it to you. But
Okay.
what do you mean explain that?
Explain, like, what's the homecoming theme? Remember,
well, the homecoming theme is Halloween, so you're supposed to dress up in a costume, but I don't really know what to do because I'm wearing this dress. I don't know what's gonna look good with that, so I gotta think of it.
you're
Or
being
maybe
Tinkerbell, though. I thought you and your friends were being the fairy.
that was if that was if I was wearing the old dress, but also they all canceled on me, which is kind of boring. I don't want to be alone, so
Oh my god.
literally.
Well, what are they being? Or they're
So-
not going?
They're going.
Oh,
I think
good. You guys
I
better
don't
be
know.
going. Darian's friends listening, you better be going.
They are going.
I mean,
I already bought my ticket, so I like.
Amaya, you better be going. Jillian, you better be going. Reagan, you better be going. What's the one that Laura? Mackenzie, you better be going. Do you have other friends that I know? Reagan, Jillian, Amaya.
I mean,
Those are the ones I know.
yeah.
Those are the ones I've met. Anyway, you all better be going.
Yeah. They are going. They already bought their tickets, so like.
Okay, I'll be waiting for cute pictures of all of you.
But anyway, Spirit Week this week, because it's leading up to homecoming, and tomorrow's Adam Sandler Day, and
what does that mean? What
you
is
like
that?
dress up. You dress up like Adam Sandler. Like he is walking around the streets in like the big baggy gym shorts with like oversized t-shirts, and he
Did
just
they
looks like.
do that because we got rid of Thug Thursday, so they found a way?
I don't know. They've been switching them around. Today
Because
was
it's that when I was still there-
today was barbecue dads versus soccer moms. I was a soccer mom. I have a picture of me. I can send it to you.
That's funny. When I was there,
but-
we had Thug Thursday, but then of course we learned that can be an offensive term, and that we
So
shouldn't
they
dress
kinda-
in that way
they kinda
as like a spirit.
They
Okay,
still
so
have
they got rid of
throwback-
that.
They still have Throwback Thursday and Class Color Friday. I don't know if you did that Friday.
Yeah, class color Friday. That's always what was Monday.
Pajama day.
Oh yeah, always pajama day. We used to do. It was that we ended up doing Halloween fell on like Thursday or Wednesday a couple years, so we did like costumes that day.
Well, Halloween is on Monday, so it's just like we're doing homecoming Saturday, nothing
Yeah.
Sunday because that's the weekend.
That
But
makes
then
sense.
Halloween's Monday.
Yeah, 'cause
And I
it's-
have to dress up anyway because I have a parade to go to because I am in band, guys. Band and concert choir.
what do you play,
Nothing
Band
cooler.
Geek?
I play clarinet. Same as
What?
Erin.
I played clarinet.
I know. So cool.
Are you playing my clarinet?
No, actually, I'm not.
You're using Maria's.
It's Maria's clarinet. It's her
Shout out
plastic one.
Maria.
I love Maria. I don't think she can actually watch this, but I love
I was
Maria.
gonna say, Maria is in the. Oh my god, what's it called? I was gonna say the nunnery. What's it called? You go to the where you go to become a nun.
Not a convention.
Convent.
Convent.
Convent. She's in the convent, but she gave Darian. She couldn't bring most of her stuff with her, so
she had three clarinets, and I needed a plastic one for marching band
So
because I can't use a wooden one. I don't know why.
When I was in marching band, because I didn't want to keep using the wooden one because it was bad for it being outside, I just started to play mellophone, which is like a big trumpet. It's like the marching band version of a French horn, but it looks like a big trumpet, and I never really learned how to play it properly. But my sister, Caitlin, who we haven't mentioned yet on this episode, shout out Caitlin and Tristan. You guys haven't gotten shout outs yet. Caitlin played the mellophone because she was a French hornist. So I was like, I'm just going to play the mellophone with Caitlin. And one time, Caitlin wasn't there. She went to the bathroom or something, and they asked the mellophones to play their section. And nobody else in the section could really play either. They just weren't very good. And I'm not a brass player. So obviously I wasn't going to be good at it. I'm used to playing clarinet. And then the band teacher, I guess, said to Caitlin, Erin can't play. And Caitlin was like, oh, yeah, I know. That's my anecdote for you. But so, Darian, you're a clarinetist. You're in choir. And what did you just finish doing?
Oh, volleyball. Yeah, I
hope people watch this because we're being funny on here. Watch the YouTube. I'm going to post it, no edits, just so you guys can watch it. I normally would go through and edit things out or put transitions, but I'm going to be, wait, should I post the video version of this? There's an option to do that on Spotify where you post a video version of the podcast.
I did not know that.
It's a new thing. Should I do that? Maybe. I'll think about it. Otherwise, I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Go watch it. It's funny.
Yeah. I just finished my volleyball season. Super sad, but also it was really fun.
You think you're good enough to be on the team next year?
I honestly don't know because
team.
I hope none of the girls that were on the JV team watch this. I don't think they will because it's legally whatever. I don't remember.
Just in case, Darian, don't talk bad about anyone in particular. You never know.
I wasn't gonna say a particular person.
Okay, just don't.
They definitely aren't going to. They don't listen to podcasts. They don't.
In case there's no hate. This is a no hate podcast. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Come on. You guys gotta watch this. Her face right now. Good vibes only.
Fine, but if I don't make it on next year because of them, I'm gonna be a little upset and I might vent.
I will just say, I was on the freshman volleyball team and the JV team when I was there, and the varsity team. I don't know about varsity, actually. I didn't watch the varsity team this year.
Varsity is really good, but JV is the exact same as the
JV
freshman
team when I was there though was actually good. So I will say the team that I saw play at in Darian school, the JV team I saw after watching her freshman team game, they are nowhere near the skill level that the JV team was when I was there.
Our freshman team one time, we had a JV and freshman practice because JV had a game. And so it was we were doing JV team against freshman team, and we only beat them by the 2-point difference that we need.
You mean, wait, you guys beat them?
No, they beat us.
Oh, they beat you, but only by the
2-point difference. It's not like it was 11 to 21.
So you guys are comparable in skill level. You just gotta keep practicing over the winter.
I really hope I wanted to do a club season over the summer, but you have to pay $50 to try out. And
I know. And then you have to pay a lot more.
And then you gotta pay more to even
there's a couple cheaper ones, but
I don't know. There's one that's called
Hard Rock
Dig Deep.
Expensive.
Dig Deep, really expensive.
Oh, there was one called Merrimack Valley Junior or something. When I was there, I knew someone that did that one. It wasn't the big one, but it was good enough to keep you playing. Not much cheaper, but that's what Darian's.
My position. I was technically a libero, but I was just a defense specialist because they didn't put labels on it.
Team?
They didn't put labels on it. I also don't even know if they had a jersey for a libero.
Yeah, that's how freshman team was when I was there.
Alvern's great, guys.
Yeah, when I was there, that's how freshman team was too. We didn't have a libero, but we all knew who it was.
I only played back row though.
Yeah,
so I basically was the libero. Everyone else did full rotations. You were a setter. Yeah, I can't set. Whenever I set, it goes backwards.
Setting is the only thing I can do. That's a joke, partly, but I could never serve.
I like to dig.
She likes to dig. Yeah, I like to set.
I like to dig deep.
Like to dig deep. Darian is trying to be me. She's playing the clarinet. She's on the freshman volleyball team. She loves Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow. I know. It's terrible.
She has an attitude, and sometimes she tries to claim she has ADHD, undiagnosed.
You told me I
Which
did.
leads me to our next segment, I think. Wait, I didn't give you guys updates about me. I don't really have anything going on right now. I'm just in law school. Did I have anything happen recently? Exciting?
No, but I have something exciting.
Oh, wait, I will give one cool update about something I did today. I got to go shadow my professor, because he's like big immigration firm. I can tell you his firm. Like, you can look him up. You can see that he like donates to my school all the time and posts about it. Cardozo, that's where I go. He's my externship seminar professor. So we just have class every 2 weeks, but he has an immigration law firm. It's Wild and Weinberg. So I just went to go shadow him today, and it was really cool to see some immigration consults because I'm in immigration law right now. So I got to see like some of the visa talk and stuff in action today about like what types of visas people can apply for. So that's really cool. He's also a mayor. So I got to see him doing some mayor duties today. Sick stuff. He's really cool. I got class with him tomorrow. But that's my update. Otherwise, I still don't know where I'm working next summer. Still working on that. Still manifesting that. Oh my God, one of my dream guests today said yes to me about being on. She's supposed to be on in December. I'm not going to say who, just in case like it falls through or we have to push it back, but she will. I'm not saying she's supposed to. She will. I'm manifesting. She will be on at the end of December. She's supposed to be the mental health episode that month. And then we have a repeat guest that a lot of people loved last season. He was one of the most popular episodes last season. So he's supposed to be on end of November. He's going to be on this season. We're just working out when we're recording, but we're thinking end of November will be his episode. So those are coming up. Those are very exciting. But yeah, and I'm working on some content stuff to do like outside of the podcast that Megan and I are working on. You guys will see when we post things. I'm not going to say it until we post anything, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. Otherwise, I'm in school. I'm busy. I'm cranking to make the cash to afford my lifestyle that I spent all my money on too much, and I just have enough to pay rent. So please keep listening so I can afford to live. Thank you. Love you. Okay, Darian, other updates, and then we'll hop into them.
Okay, this is the only. Okay, you remember that kid from Woody Hill Orchid, whatever the.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. So I was home for my mom's birthday. Was that just a week ago? Like a week and a half?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Just a week and a half. Like not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
16th.
But I didn't leave till Tuesday. That's why it feels not that long ago. So it was a week ago. There was a cute boy. Cute for Darian's age. Yeah. Kind of Justin Bieber vibes, like young Justin Bieber looks. Yeah. You know, like the hair.
Yeah, he has blonde hair. I don't think he's listening to this. He doesn't even live near us. So if he does, oh well.
If he does, oh well, you know who you are.
But his name is it's Drake, which is not bad.
Drake and Josh, baby.
Yeah. He's blonde though, which everyone's like, that is a red flag. And I was like, why? Okay. I don't know. People don't like
blonde guys. Used to be my type.
I love blonde guys.
I think blonde boys are cute and brunettes are hot, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay. But I gave him my Snapchat. Well, I actually gave his coworker my Snapchat on a piece of paper because I couldn't find him and we had to boot out of there because we live an hour away. And so he added me back when I was on my way home. And it turns out, did I tell you his age?
No.
Okay, so he asked me, he was like, oh, how old are you? I was like, I'm 14. He was like, oh, when's your birthday? I was like, April 10th, 2008. He was like, oh, mine is September 27th. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's like close. I'm 16. And I was like,
oh, that's not bad. I thought you were going to tell me he was like 12.
No.
I was going to be like, how is he working there? That's illegal.
He does not look 16 though. He looks my age. He looks.
But that's
14.
how high school boys are. They look so young until they hit puberty and then.
If you think about it, he just turned 16. So he's basically still 15.
He's a new 16.
Is
he a junior then?
He's a junior.
That's okay. He's a new.
So right. So like my friend Reagan, shout out to Reagan if she's watching this.
Are you bringing him to homecoming?
No.
Oh, you should have invited him to homecoming.
Brian Patrick Brian Charles Lindsay would beat my ass if I
Have you brought him to
with me.
homecoming? Just to the
Yes.
dance?
Yeah, but also I need to get like a paper sign and everything, and homecoming's this Saturday, and I don't think that I can still do that because like I have to bring it there, and then they have to sign it, to bring it back here, and I have to sign and then do a whole bunch of things with the principal and stuff. So
Oh,
I don't think I have enough time.
man.
So I know.
Next
I know.
dance. You should have done
know.
it. That would have been so fun.
But he also, he didn't really ask me out, but he asked me if I wanted to go somewhere with him and his friends. I said no.
Go what with him and his friends?
Go like, I don't remember what it was like. Okay.
Like there was somewhere they were going or something?
Yes. He is kind of a redneck.
In what way? What do
He
you
invited me to go to a truck show with him.
Well, Deering, you need to understand that New Hampshire is
full of them.
like New Hampshire just is kind of
So
like, I wouldn't say redneck
it.
because redneck can be an insulting
He's
term.
not a redneck. No, it's just
No.
all my friends like he's a redneck, and I'm like, hey,
So your friends are saying that. Well, you should tell them.
Yeah.
You should tell them that that's actually not a nice
They're
term.
also-
I think
they're
that's like
also-
a term that's like a don't use it. So you should tell your friends they
It
shouldn't
is.
be saying that.
I will tell them. I will. Thank
Okay,
you,
so
Erin.
just to clarify, Darian was not saying that. Her friend said
No,
that,
I
and
was
she's
not.
going to go. She's
He's
going
not-
to go
he's
educate them.
not even. He's not. Okay, I don't know how to say it because he's not like.
New Hampshire
called
is
him
the
a redneck.
south of the Northeast.
I don't know how to describe it. Like he's not like every boy in New Hampshire. Where he's like
Trucks.
he's trucks.
He is trucks.
He's
That's very New Hampshire.
trucks. He's trucks.
That's New
Yes.
Hampshire.
He's a New Hampshire boy.
New Hampshire is the south of the Northeast. I say
Yes.
it like that. It is.
Anyway,
But New
but
Hampshire, like
I
where the
was-
mountains are. So we're from like border of Massachusetts. So we're more
speak of the devil, guys.
anyway. But we're more like you think of us like in our actions and like what we're into as more of Massachusetts, I think, than New Hampshire. Because New Hampshire, you think of the mountains and the mountain people, like the people that live up near the mountains, are like the south of the Northeast. I have no
Yes.
other way to explain it.
Also,
Like that's
like
even
Erin
like
said,
politically, I feel like New Hampshire, like it is a swing state, but like if in the more mountainy region and not closer to like the Massachusetts border, I feel like that's where you see more conservatives, and like the South, like politically, you see more conservatives. So conservatives, like Republicans. I don't know what type of terminology you know during
Like-
politics, but yeah, you tell your friends not to
yeah,
use that
like
term
Erin said,
because I'm pretty
I
sure
did
it's a
not
little
call him that.
derogatory.
I did not call him that. It was not me. It was
Darian
not
would
me.
never say something like
no,
that.
I would actually not. And like she's
Also,
not just saying
14,
that.
so we are teaching her now. We don't use that word. This is Darian getting educated on live television, everyone. And she's gonna go educate her friends. Actually, they're gonna listen and they're gonna hear me educate them. Don't do it. Don't use that word.
Don't use
Okay.
that word.
Okay, girly
Um,
pops. I love you, Darian's friends.
Love you guys. But
But don't use
I
that
think
word.
that's it.
Okay.
Use that. Anyway, I told
Those
him
are
I couldn't
updates?
go though. I told him I couldn't go though because I was going to the haunted hayride. Which,
Also, truck show. Do you want to go to a truck show? Even if you think he's
no,
cute,
it was
or, like-
also with a bunch of his other friends, and I've never even talked to him.
alone. Yeah, we're I don't know. That
No,
might be
not
better,
alone.
though.
I've just maybe, but they were like invite him to my Amaya, my friend. Maybe she's watching this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you could bring one of your friends,
She was
that
like,
could
she
be
was like,
like more
invite him
chill.
to the. She was like, invite him to the haunted hayride. I was like, well, he already has these tickets, so I can't really do that because he already bought his
Yeah.
tickets for this. Because he was
That'd
like,
probably be
I have an
more
extra-
fun though.
he was
and
like, I
more
have an
chill.
extra ticket. Do you want to come? And I was like, I actually already have plans.
Okay.
But that's my life update. Nothing.
It's
new,
Darian's
at least
life
I don't
updates.
think.
I don't have any boy updates right now, but Megan and I can't wait for you guys to find out about the deal we just got, like the content creation thing we just got. We actually have to sign it. I'm gonna make her sign it when we get off this call so we can send the signed contract back. But we're waiting for the app to get fixed so we can start using it. You'll know what I mean when you guys see it. But I'm so excited. But other than that little sneak peek, but I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta wait and see. No love life updates from me. Just in love with Lorelai. I'm working all the time on law school and the podcast. I love the podcast. I wish I could just do this content and the podcast and not law school. But it's how we're gonna make money one day. Okay, Darian. So to what this episode is supposed to be about now. It's our mental health monthly episode. So we're going to do this segment, as like since Darian's 10 years younger than me, I'm gonna do it as like a letter to my 10-year younger self, like a what I wish I knew when I was in high school, mental health wise. Oh, I was waiting for you to speak.
Oh, sorry.
How does that sound, Darian?
Sounds great, Erin. Go for it.
Go off. Thank you, Darian. Actually, I'm gonna start by questioning you. You guys really need to watch. I'm on like some, I don't know. I'm like, it's like I'm on something today, but I'm not. I think it's because I have been going to bed at 2 a.m. every night for no reason. I go to at midnight or like 11 o'clock, I'll be doing work and I'm like, I'm too tired. I can't do anymore. And then I get into bed. And then by the time I'm in bed, like then I washed my face, brushed my teeth, whatever. Then I'm like, I'm not tired anymore. And then I'm wide awake until 2 a.m. Anyway, regardless, what was I talking about?
Mental health.
ask
You were
a
going to
question.
question me.
Yes, I'm going to question you. So, Darian, how would you think your friends, so your fellow high school buddies, would define mental health? Like, what do you think, like, not necessarily definition, what do you think they think about it as a topic? You know, because like, I feel like overall it's something that's talked about more, but that could just be the people that I surround myself with, and also being older Gen Z in my 20s, like beginning Gen Z, but you're like almost a different generation, even though you're technically also Gen Z. We're like different sides, and you guys are in like high school. So you're still in the like, you're more so in the like, oh, I care what other people think about me phase that like I've at least grown out of. I kind of just do my thing these days. I'm just vibing, but that might be the Lexapro and the Concerta. No way to know. Anyway, I'm vibing. So what do you think the thoughts are of your fellow mates of class?
No idea.
No idea. Well, what do you, is it something that people talk about at all? Like what, you know how like
not really.
Like not really at all.
We had like a challenge day a few months ago.
Yeah, explain that. And what do you think? Do you think that was like new to a lot of people? Like they haven't like done
no one's ever done that before, because it was a thing
Okay.
that they do for freshmen in high school or like in
Mhm.
high school, not middle school or anything before
Okay.
that. So it
Was it a
was
lot
new
of
to everyone there.
conversations, presentations?
It was a lot of crying.
But how did they provoke the crying?
It was okay.
You guys really gotta watch this. We're doing like peace.
I don't know how to describe it, because they start off with like, oh, we're gonna get to know each other more. So they put us in like these small family groups, and then you had to talk. They were called small family groups, because it was like.
Were you like in groups with them for things like all day?
It was all day, and like if they were like, get to your family groups, small family groups, you go to that group.
Gotcha.
Then it was like more of like, oh, you go with this person or you go to that corner. It was just like, go to your small family groups. Then it was like easier because there was a lot of kids in the gym.
But was it half of your class?
Yes, some kids are doing it in November, and then some kids did it the day after I did it. I did it Monday. Some kids did it Tuesday, and then some kids are doing it in November in my freshman class. So it was only half the gym. It wasn't a lot.
Okay, and
it was a lot of kids, but
weren't the sophomores doing it too?
They did it a different day. They did not do it the same day as us.
Okay, so it was a quarter of your class then.
It was
a third of it.
Yeah.
Is there one more day of it or 2 more days?
In November.
Yeah, there's one more day of it.
Sure. I think so.
Okay, so it was a third of your class.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue. So like, what'd you do? Like, you had your groups, but like, were they just like talk? Did they give you questions?
We talked to they gave us questions, and then you talked about you just like introduce yourself to them. You just said like, well, I have this many people in my family. I have like pets. I used to live here, or I've always lived in New Hampshire, or I've always lived in Hudson. You just talked about a little bit about yourself if you didn't know them. I know mostly everybody in my freshman class because there has
social butterfly.
No, like I don't like I know them. I don't know like if they know me. I knew the kids that were in my group. This one kid named Josh Iwaniki. We love Josh Iwaniki. Love him. Gave me a box of tissues. probably not listening to this, but you never know. Never know. Shout out. But King gave me a box of tissues and a hug. We love him. But he was in my group, so I knew him, he knew me. So it was kind of awkward, but also not, because like you had to like, they broke a wall in between like each other. Like they were like, oh yeah, just let all your emotions go.
Oh, do you mean a metaphorical wall?
Yes. They were like, whatever. Yeah.
You lost me. I was like,
they were like, whatever you discuss in this room, you cannot discuss outside
oh,
of this.
What
You
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I guess so. They were like, you cannot even
That's
talk
the
about
phrase.
you cannot talk about other kids who were in like in this. So like, let's say Jillian was in someone else's small family group,
Mhm.
and I can't go talk about like Josh to her about what he said. Like it
Mhm.
stayed there.
Yeah.
It doesn't go. I cannot even.
What happens in
I
Vegas
cannot-
stays in Vegas.
I cannot tell you right now, even if it was just you and me. I cannot. It's a
That's
thing.
how
It's a
things like that always are.
And so we did that. And then the one that really broke a lot of people was a cross the line thing, where it was like, cross the line if you've ever blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't like cross the line if you've ever made out with somebody. No, it wasn't like that. It was
Not
like
like in my sorority when they were like,
ever been.
when they were like, I love my sisters who have made out with a boy in
No.
every frat.
No, it wasn't like that. It was really deep. It was like, cross the line if you've ever been abused physically. And like most of the kids crossed over. And I was like,
Unexpected.
And then it was the one that like broke a lot of people. It was like, cross the line if you've ever had a childhood, and like everyone crossed over except for like 3 people, and I know those 3 people, and so I was like,
if you've ever had a childhood.
Yes, like as soon as they were born, like they couldn't even act like a child because like their parents or whatever, so they stayed on that side. And I was like, oh. So that one was a real crying day. It was a whole day too. So that it really dealt with a lot of mental health in that one, guys.
And did you feel like that was like new for a lot of people? Like it's not something that they're used to talking about?
Yeah, it
and you think that people really did like go along with it? Like it was something that they like really, like they weren't kind of like, okay. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that is cool. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's cool. No, I was gonna say, I feel like that is like a generational shift thing, even that they're having something like that, but that people really participated in it. Where if it was like MH's generation, I feel like first off, they would have never had that. And second, like they wouldn't have like been honest about it.
No,
you know,
they were not they were taking parent volunteers also. And our mother was like, oh, you should volunteer, Brian.
He would have been crying all day.
If he volunteered when I was in there.
He also, he would have been crying all day. He's a crier. If he sees someone else cry, he's going to be like,
my favorite teacher, Mr. Wetmore. We were talking about him. He literally looks like Aquaman and Jesus combined. He's great. I love Mr. Wetmore.
I must have missed that.
He graduated Ethan Beals.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
His name was like Andrew Alex Wetmore. Or whatever. Alex Wetmore.
Okay. There was also an Andrew Wetmore. They must be brothers.
He was in that group too. And so like I had class with him today. Nothing is different. Like it's not different like he's giving me extra treatment or whatever because he saw me like during challenge day.
Crying. Saw Jerry bawling her eyes out.
Everyone did.
Days in Vegas.
I'm so surprised that no one told anybody. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's the point of that thing. But I feel like doing stuff like that is really cool. Because it makes you guys be like, oh, other people are mentally ill too.
It basically made everybody in the room vulnerable.
Well, that's the point of it. And that's like the thing with mental health that like younger
people like, it's challenge day. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. It's about mental health. I was like, it's probably just going to be like an assembly.
Yeah. That's cool. When I was there, they just did like motivational speakers and they would have us all sit there. And then some guy would talk about how he used to be on drugs and he did a lot of crimes. Then he went to prison and now he's a motivational speaker. Those are the people that they brought to our school. And those things didn't motivate me because I was like, that's not a position I'm
You're
in.
like, it's the same
Like
story
that
every
might
month.
might motivate somebody that also was at that time doing a lot of drugs and maybe did some crimes. But for the average high schooler, it wasn't motivational because we're like, we're already doing better than you.
The two heads of Challenge Day, I don't remember their names. They were really nice. It was a woman and a man. And they both talked about their backstory and why they do, like why they work for the company.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was about drugs, and the other one was I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
No, and that makes sense if you going through that makes you want to be a part of an organization like that. But you just telling your story of I used to do drugs and now I'm a motivational speaker.
Like this story was different than like what they showed us. Yeah. Like
this is not just them telling you their story, it's them making you actively participate. And that's like the motivational gifted.
Yeah. The motivational speakers, like they just talk about like he talked about like drugs and alcohol use about his story, like how a motivational speaker would, but it was different because I don't know how to describe it. It was just it wasn't like the usual like
because that wasn't the whole thing
when I was your age.
No, and it's because that wasn't the whole thing. Like that was them giving their little testimony of why they're doing this now, but it's not what the whole day was about, just listening to other people tell their stories, because it was more about getting you guys to participate.
When I was your age, I did drugs.
Yeah, like
I'm clean now. Like, okay, dude, that's cool.
Okay,
love you.
Anyway, so going off of that, so that's really cool that they're doing stuff like that because it's making you guys then like normalize mental health more. Where when I was in school, I feel like it wasn't normalized. Like there was a few people that are like that after we graduated, they post pictures of like their SSRIs. Their antidepressants and be like, my happy pills. But other than that, like people didn't talk about it. Like obviously I was mentally ill and I didn't know. I was unaware of what anxiety was. I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know what ADHD was. ADHD. Otherwise I probably would have been diagnosed sooner. But so it's just good that they're doing things like that make you guys participate more. But so to the what I wish I knew when I was in high school, Darian's age. So I wish I knew that everybody is basically mentally ill. And if you're not,
yes,
probably because you take care of your mental health. Like you probably grew up in a home that taught you to prioritize that. And it's not your fault if you're mentally ill. So if you're depressed, anxious, whatever it is, it's not your fault. You could either have a chemical imbalance. It could be situational. And like, just go to therapy. I know if you're like in high school, that can be tough because you have to like, usually you have to ask your parents, but usually there's at least someone at your school that can like kind of connect you to stuff like that. Like guidance counselors aren't like therapists, but they can usually connect you to resources. Like if you go to your guidance counselor and you're like, I'm depressed, like I think I need a therapist.
There's a school therapist apparently at our school.
Oh, the school psychologist. There is usually one, but they don't always have enough time like to see everyone regularly. But if you're like in crisis where you're just like, I'm so depressed this week, like I'm stuck, like there usually is a school psychologist on staff. So definitely if you're like afraid to ask your parents, be like, I think I need to be in therapy, or like I think I need to be on medication, like I'm just like sad, I'm just anxious all the time, like I don't know what to do about it. Like you could go to the guidance office and they can like connect you to the school psychologist or like give you information. Or maybe if you trust them more, like maybe they could even have that conversation with your parents with you. If you like want them to do it with you, you could ask a friend to talk to your parents with you. You know, you could ask your fun older sibling. You could ask your cousin. Like you can, but if there's no one that you like trust within your like family scope or your friends, like you can always go to the guidance office and there usually is a school psychologist or a therapist, or they can connect you to someone. But so that's one of the things I wish I knew, that like lots of people are mentally ill, and I wish I just knew what anxiety was and what depression was. I've done episodes about mental health more so. So if you guys, are you singing?
Sorry, you said I wish I knew, so I was singing Bad Habits by Steve Lacy because it's the song where it's like, I wish I knew you wanted me.
No. Anyway,
it clicks something.
No. Anyway, that's one of the things I wish I knew, what anxiety was, what depression was, and that I knew I had anxiety and kind of like OCD type anxiety. That would have been cool. So I wasn't like, my head is broken. Why do I have to look at the door 3 times before I get into bed and then be like, I have to look 3 more times. My brain's not satisfied. Like OCD, baby. That's OCD. That's intrusive thoughts. Also, if you're having intrusive thoughts, that's a big thing. That can be anything. So it could be like that. If I don't do this, then that's OCD. But you can also just be like, what if I hit my dog? What if I this? Those are intrusive thoughts. Your thoughts are not your actions. That's what anxiety does. It attacks your brain, and it usually attacks like in the opposite way of what your morals actually are. So if you're like, I would never harm a dog, I would never harm a child, your intrusive thoughts will be like, what if I hit this kid? What if I hit this dog? So that's good to know. You don't think there's something inherently wrong with you or you're evil if you're having thoughts like that. Like you probably have anxiety or something. And you could go talk to someone about that. You could get on medication. I am on medication. There is no shame. Lexapro, baby. It's how I make my way through law school without having panic attacks every day now. So, let's see. I wish I knew. Can we
That was me
recap?
clapping.
Let's recap, Darian. What did I say? You say it back to me.
You're talking about if you don't like, it was like something about, I knew what it was about. It was like, you're such
Darian,
a child,
come
Erin.
on.
It was about how you could talk to somebody, and then I was like, oh, school thing. He was like, you can talk to your parents about it, and you can like have a friend go talk to your parents about it if you're not comfortable. Or don't be like, it was like, don't be ashamed that you have to take like medicine for like ADHD or OCD. It was something like that. I kind of spaced out halfway through.
And the intrusive thoughts are not your actions.
Intrusive thoughts, because if you're like,
That's
oh,
a
I want
big
to
one.
kick this kid. Oh, I love kids. I loved it. What if I kick this kid right now? Like, I was
And then
thinking
you're
about
like,
that
I'm
the other
such a
day.
bad person. Why would I think that? Like, no, that's an intrusive thought, baby. If you don't act on it.
I was thinking
Like,
about
then
that
you're
the other day. I was like, what if I pushed Reagan down the stairs? And then I was like, but I love Reagan, so I would not do that.
But it just still pop in your head, you know? Or
But it would
not
be
even,
kind
it
of
could
funny
be-
if I did.
It could also be things that like you're not like, what if I do this? Like I'll be walking down the street and I'm like, what if Lorelai gets hit by a car right now? And then my brain will start going, well, then this and then that and then I wouldn't know what to do. Like I'd freak out, and you know. So it can also be stuff like that where you're just like, what if this happens? So, is that Mads?
Maybe she's washing her face.
We're almost done, Mads.
She said she's
we're
almost
wrapping
done.
up the episode. Darian, what else do you think? Oh, I did have one action. I had a question that somebody asked me for my mental health episode. So
I can answer that. What's her name?
Answer it?
Well, yes. What's her name?
I don't think you're gonna be able to answer it. I don't know if she wants me to say her name. Hang on.
Fine, you don't have to
let
say
me
her
see. I
name.
can give her a fake name.
Give her like Christine.
Hang on. Give me a second. Okay.
Krista,
I don't think you can
Barb.
answer it, Darian. It was about ADHD.
I can answer it.
Okay.
Try me.
The question was how to cope with ADHD and readings. So if you can't like focus on like your reading for school, what would your advice be? Or what do you think I do?
Well,
what do you think I do?
What you do, I know what you do. You take breaks, a lot of breaks, which you definitely shouldn't take that many.
I need them.
But you did not let me finish my sentence. I was going to say, but if you need them,
there's no
please do
shame in
them.
taking a break. Oh, that's another thing I wish I knew. It's okay to take a break.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you have to overload yourself in high
Yeah.
school. Like I did so many things and I was not sleeping enough senior year. I fell asleep in physics too many times. That's not normal.
Well, it's physics. Do you really need that?
Nah, I'm not using that these days. But
Okay, so it's
don't
okay that you fell
overwork
asleep.
yourself. Exercise, it's good for you, even if it's just taking walks.
Yes. Exercise, walk a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Go
just walk
for
your-
a stroll, sunset
stroll,
or
go for a jog.
sunrise.
Do yoga.
Love
So
those.
good for your brain. It
Yoga.
refocuses you. Yoga. And if you do have ADHD, if you've been told before, like, oh,
It
just
calms
meditate.
you down.
I was going to say, usually they'll tell people, like, just meditate to refocus and calm your brain. But when you have ADHD, it's hard to clear your brain. That's the problem. But yoga is almost like a form of meditation, but the movement is you're focusing on the movement. So instead of just like trying to clear your brain and being like, well, I can't get my brain to be quiet. If you're doing the yoga, you're quieting your other thoughts by focusing on the actions and the breathing. So I recommend yoga if you are someone that can't clear your brain and you feel like you have racing thoughts.
You eat food also. That helps you concentrate sometimes. Sometimes you're like, I can't concentrate. It's because I haven't eaten all day. And then you eat food and then you actually do like
definitely
a few
fuel your
paragraphs.
body. Fuel your body.
Yummy.
Food is so good for you. I don't care if you're like, well, I
love
need to
food.
eat, like, I should really eat a salad. Like, I've been eating a bunch of junk food.
No, you don't.
Just eat, baby. Like,
Eat a
if you're
cookie.
craving a salad, have a salad, but don't be like, I need to eat a salad because I like just ate a burger. Like, no, just eat.
Eat 2 more burgers.
Well,
2 more.
that might make you throw up. Eat what you're hungry for. Like, your body craves things based on what you need. Like, when you need iron, you might crave a steak. When you need water, you might crave like watery vegetables. If you need like,
Cucumbers.
if you need vitamin C, maybe you'll crave like an orange. Like, your body is like made like biologically to like crave what you need, like vitamin wise and stuff.
I
So
crave
like,
Taco Bell.
so listen
What's
to
in
your body
Taco
and don't
Bell?
be like, oh, I need to eat salads to like fit into my bathing suit. Like, baby, fuel that body.
What's
Eat
in
the
Taco
food.
Bell?
But a number one thing, like, eat breakfast. It gets your brain moving. And this especially for people with ADHD. If you take ADHD meds, if I take my meds without eating, then I like can't eat all day because I feel icky. Like, I have to take them with food or eat right after, because otherwise then it just makes first of all, it like kind of gets rid of your appetite. And also it just like makes me feel icky sometimes. So I don't eat first. So eat with your ADHD meds or your antidepressants. I also can't take those on an empty stomach. That makes me nauseous too. So I take mine before bed now because then I will have eaten. But anyway, those are my tips. What were we talking about that I cut you off with though?
We were answering her question about how to concentrate ADHD while reading, and then I
got distracted.
I said, you take breaks, and then I said, but don't take too long breaks. And I said, unless you have to. And then I was like, eating also helps you concentrate while you're reading. And then you were talking about food, and I trying to think of a third reason why you were talking about the food, but I could not. I think like just like okay. I don't know if this works for some people, and I know I don't have ADHD.
Well,
Not
you
yet
don't
that
have
we know
diagnosed
of.
ADHD. You could.
Not that we know of yet. I
ADHD
kind
often
of
runs
like a
in
dog with a
families.
squirrel. I'm kind of like a dog with a squirrel,
That's
but
ADHD.
I don't think it's ADHD. Because I can concentrate sometimes,
Deering,
but like
that's something else to know. If you are listening and you think you can't concentrate, listen to my ADHD episodes, because it turns out that what people and doctors and like teachers and stuff usually think ADHD is just how it presents in boys. But shit, why did I say that? You said you can't concentrate, but you don't think it's ADHD.
I don't.
You can concentrate sometimes. ADHD doesn't mean you can never concentrate. That's what I was about to say. It means that it's because you're low in certain chemicals in your brain, dopamine, and I think there's another one. They're like neurotransmitters. And so your brain is looking for more dopamine. So it's harder for you to concentrate on things that you don't find fun because they don't give you dopamine. So
Anyway,
it's not that you can never concentrate.
Like I was saying, I don't know, it works for me, but I listen to music, preferably classical music.
While reading?
I don't know why. Yes.
Oh, classical.
Because it doesn't have words. It's just the little instruments, and some of them are really upbeat. So like, do those ones like Swan Lake, really good. I have a Claire de Lune, love that one. I have a few. I have another one. I don't remember. It's like
Swan Lake, baby.
Nocturne something. But I
love that you've got classical
Melody Rindu.
I only listen to Taylor Swift.
Melody Rinda. It looks like that. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's really good. But I listen to that while I read. That's sometimes.
A good one, especially if you have ADHD, because I found that I need to distract part of my brain,
or just
that the other part
out.
can read.
Or just like canceling out, like cancel headphones.
Yeah.
Some people work better with quiet.
Yeah.
I don't work good with quiet. I don't like quiet. It's different for every person.
With ADHD especially, it's usually that you're overstimulated or understimulated, and you can never find the perfect. You can never find that happy medium where you just are existing. Sometimes my medication does that, and I'm like, I can just exist. Anyway,
water.
Water does actually also help you concentrate because it just helps your brain. But specifically ADHD-wise, gum. Oh wait, I recently realized that I was a gum chewer. through like all of school. And then when I got to college, maybe even, I don't know. But since I was like working, I like stopped chewing gum. And I wonder if that's why I used to be like not have as much trouble
You should
concentrating.
try it.
Other than
I
the
actually
fact,
concentrate a lot when I chew gum
Yeah.
in class.
well, because I like you said, like you said that I'll eat because I'm like, I didn't eat today. That's why I can't concentrate. But I also sometimes just need to be eating to concentrate because it's like,
Yes.
it's giving me dopamine and it's like little hits of dopamine. But so that's a good one. Gum, but I realized, so I'm gonna try that again. Like regardless, like I could also concentrate better in high school because that's when I was so
I like
anxious.
watermelon gum.
So my
or like
anxiety was fueling my focus because I was like, well, I have to do these things. I have to do them. But now I take Lexapro, so I'm not anxious all the time. So now I'm like, well, the ADHD is popping out now because my anxiety is not telling me to get it done. This episode ended up being way longer than planned. I was like 40-minute episode, baby.
Well, we talked about Taylor Swift for a while.
Longer than planned. Yeah, that was only gonna be 10 minutes. Okay.
Mads' fault,
we are gonna-
obviously. Just kidding. I love you, Mads.
I
That
think
was
we're
a
gonna
joke.
wrap up now. My last tip for reading with ADHD is that sometimes I'll just block off and be like, I'm gonna do this reading for an hour. And just whatever I get done in that hour is what I do. Instead of being like, I need to sit down and do like this many pages. Instead of doing that, being like, I'm gonna work on it for an hour. For me, that feels more attainable because I can see an end in sight. Whereas otherwise, if I'm just like, I have to read 40 pages and I don't know how long it's gonna take, then I get lost being like, it's never ending. But if I'm like,
or
I'm
if
doing
you're
it for
doing like,
but if you're
or
like,
if
I'm
you're
doing
doing-
it for an hour and then I'm gonna go do something else, then maybe do another hour later, it's like I see the
Yeah.
end in sight and it's easier for my ADHD brain to do like smaller, easier
Yeah.
things.
or like if it's a lot of pages, like you said, or like could be over 40, you could break it into like sections and then be like, oh, I read this many pages. Let's rethink and see if I understood what I was reading. And then like, I don't know, like I have a problem with, I don't really understand what I'm reading while I'm reading it. So like sometimes I stop reading and then I just like rethink, and if I need to reread it, I just like go back. I don't know.
You know, you really gotta
That's a
get
me
tested.
thing.
You gotta get tested for ADHD, man. Go to that school psychologist. They can do those for free. Once you get out of school, you gotta pay for that shit. You gotta go. Really, I'm being serious. You gotta pay for that shit once you're out of school. Take advantage of it while it's free.
I'll ask my father.
Because
He's
then
gonna
you'll
say
have
no.
it. Then you'll have it on like file then into college. Because it will have been like
Yeah, I should actually
up.
probably do that right
you should do
now.
that. Because I was gonna say a big thing with ADHD is that you read things and you don't know what you read because you weren't actually listening to your brain.
That's just me in every class. I also like, it goes through one ear and then out the other, and like in my head, I'm like, what was the theme song? Oh, the Bluey theme song. You know, the Bluey theme song.
That's what you were singing in your head.
But like I hear what the teacher's saying, like about World War I out the other, but like it's going right through the Bluey lyrics. No Bluey lyrics coming out, bro. And I hear it and I'm like, yeah, she said this, and I'm like, what are we doing? And she's like, didn't you just tell me? And I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't listening.
That's so ADHD, Darian. Okay, Darian, I'm so excited if you get a real evaluation one day. Until then, though, maybe you should.
What if
use
I
some of the
just
tips
don't
we
have
gave today.
ADHD? Something's just wrong with me.
Well, it could be something else. It doesn't have to be ADHD. You also went through trauma as a child. You know, you almost died of pneumonia. You could have CPTSD.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You could have CPTSD. Darian decided to get deathly pneumonia at the age of like fucking 3. She outlived it though. Don't worry, guys. She's still here, obviously. She's talking to us.
No, I'm not here. I'm a ghost.
She's a ghost.
Perfect for the
Happy
Halloween
Halloween.
season.
Happy Halloween. She's a ghost. Anyway, but yeah. So
I also
that's,
have a steel stomach, guys. That's a fun fact about me.
What do you mean by that? Like you the burrito.
I ate a burrito that was out of the fridge for 7 hours with Erin. She didn't
It
even
had
stop me.
chicken on
She was
it.
like, don't eat it. She didn't even grab it out of my hand. So if I threw up, that honestly was on her because she
No,
was
it
taking care of me that
wasn't.
week.
I told her
She
not
was-
to so many
She
times.
was taking care of me that week. If it was my real
Lauren
mother
and
or my
I
real
both
father.
told her that's gross. Don't eat that, Darian.
You think I would listen to you two? No.
But it's
You
not our
gotta
fault
take it out
then.
of my hand. I also had expired
me to
cold
physically
cuts from.
assault you?
Shout out to Shannon again. I also had expired cold cuts from her fridge one time. I didn't know they were expired because we like go let out her dogs because she was working, and she was like, "Oh, she's always like, oh, you can have anything in the pantry." So I was like, I thought she meant the fridge too. Guess not, but maybe she should
Guess you
throw them
can't
out
trust-
if they're expired.
Shannon definitely has undiagnosed ADHD. Do not touch
also-
anything in her fridge.
Yeah,
You don't know
no.
what's wrong. That's like my fridge. There's some spooky things in there.
Our mother gave me expired half and half. I was drinking chocolate milk. Chocolate milk, and I could have died. I don't know.
I think I might have some hot chocolate after this. No, I'll have one of my the vanilla like raspberry bombs that I got. Okay, we do have to wrap up though because Darian's in Mads' room and I think Mads wants to go to bed soon.
Oh no, she's scanning receipts for fetch.
Oh, is she in there with you?
Yeah.
Oh, Mads is back. Hey, Mads. Okay, we're gonna do our 2 little segments now. Okay, Darian, first segment. We're gonna start with the how to be a better person segment. Tell our mother I can hear her talking.
She can hear you talking.
I know she can.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't expired on the container.
She said it wasn't
she's here
expired.
to defend herself. The half and half wasn't expired.
But
Just
she
went
said
bad.
she said it smelled funny.
Okay.
Anyway, we gotta keep close the door.
Anyway, so Darian, last 2 segments. But so that was it. That was the mental health segment this week. Take care of your mental health. Recap. Mental health is real. Darian's friends, I'm making them listen to this episode. So now they're gonna know is real. Take care of it. Talk to somebody. Get meds if you need it. Don't be ashamed. Your intrusive thoughts are not your actions. They do not define you. They are what? Thoughts. They're just thoughts. And what are they? They're intrusive. That means they're intruding.
They're inner. They're not outer.
Also, they're intrusive thoughts. That means they're intruding. They don't belong there. They're not you. Anyway, there's that. So therapy, medicine, intrusive thoughts. Exercise is good for you, even if it's just walking. If you're like, I can't exercise, walk it out. Walk a dog, walk in a circle, take your friends, hot girl walk with your friends. Flirty girl walk. Alicia always says flirty little walk. She doesn't do hot girl walk. She does flirty little walk. And then what was the last thing we just talked about? Oh, readings. So try breaking it up by either section, or I found that the time blocks are better for my ADHD because I still see an end in sight. Otherwise, sometimes 12 pages of law school reading can take a lot longer than I think. So time blocking feels better. To my ADHD.
I forgot that we were answering that question.
So it's an ADHD tip. If you're like 1 hour instead of 10 pages, it feels better, even if it's the same amount, because then you're like, I'm done at an hour no matter what. Like if you have to go back and do 2 pages later, whatever. Okay, anyway, so that's that. So segment. How to be a better person. Darian, what can people do this week to be a better person? It could be an environmental tip. It could be a sustainability tip. Those are kind of the same.
Recycle.
Just recycle.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever had anyone come on and just say recycle. So that's a new one.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And you didn't give me a chance to think of one then.
Well, you said it could be environmental, and I couldn't think of anything, so I just thought of.
Okay. Mine is going to be. I'm like running out. I give one of these in like every episode.
I did one of these during the summer when we had our thing.
And I
don't
probably
remember what
reused
I
one
did.
then too.
You definitely
I
did.
definitely said I've done this before, but it's been a while. Okay,
Maybe you should think of a new ending segment.
No, I like it. I think I need to switch up the type of thing it is though. So I'm gonna do something you can do for people this week. It's gonna be because it's just how to be a better person.
Rearrange yourself. Sometimes if you're cranky, it's because like maybe your room isn't clean. Clean your room. Maybe you'll be a better person.
I was actually about to say
that probably
to be a
sounded
better
really mean. I
person this
didn't
week,
mean it
Since
mean.
this is the mental health episode, I'm going to say take care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, like Darian said, you might be cranky.
I have to clean my room.
So take care of yourself so that you have space to so you have emotional space to make room for other people. Because if you're like, do you know what I mean? Like if you're not in a good headspace, then you can't be there for other people. So there's that. And then, okay, last segment, ready? It's usually a fun thing to do. I either do seasonal or I do city, but because it's the fall and Halloween, what's a fun Halloween activity to do? That's today. A fun
haunted house. Ooh, haunted houses.
Ooh.
I saw this thing. It's called like the 17th door. Apparently, like they can actually torture you. Don't go to that.
Darian, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you have to sign a waiver or whatever. I honestly am so confused by it, but like they can actually tase you, and they actually put you like in
okay,
gas.
That sounds illegal. Where is that?
California. So if you're in California and you're thinking about it, listen
It
to me
sounds
right now.
illegal, guys. Don't do it.
It definitely should be, but it's everywhere on social media. Don't listen to it. It's definitely not fun unless you're like, I don't know, sociopath or whatever. Go to a corn maze. Or not. Apparently there's been bears in corn mazes recently.
Yeah, okay. We went through the corn maze on our mom's birthday, and then our dad and our grandpa said, there's been bears in there recently. They sit down and they eat the corn, and then they move, and then they eat more corn.
They suck it like a human, and they eat
yeah,
it, and
then we were like, we did see the empty corn stalks, and we were wondering where the corn
we did
went.
see giant bushel through piles.
And before we went in, our dad said, I'm going to tell you some stories when you get out. And we were like, what are they, scary stories?
Was there a murderer in here? Like,
no. And we were like, okay, then what is it? And then it was bears. And we were like, you probably should have told us so we could look out for the bears.
I would have gone anyway.
I would have gone anyway, but I would have been on the lookout for the bears. You know? But doesn't matter. Okay, so that's yours. I'm gonna say
trick-or-treating. Sorry.
Trick-or-treating, or if you don't
free candy.
Hand out the candy. Like participate in the trick-or-treating activity, whether you're handing out or you're getting. If you're
involved in children's Halloween activities.
If you're in high school still, like Darian's age people, Darian's friends listening,
literally.
I went trick-or-treating. Do it.
Free candy, like come on, bro. Exercise and free candy.
Last year, Megan and I gave out candy, but my favorite doorman, that's a couple doors down, at a fancy building, he gave me candy. He came outside, tried to pet Lorelai. She scurried away, and he gave me candy. Anyway, so participate in Halloween. In New York, there's a Halloween parade. I kind of want to low-key go see it. I think it's at night on Halloween.
You should go.
I think there's a few, so I might go check it out. I gotta see what time it's at. It's on a Monday, so I shouldn't have class. I should be able to go. Okay, anyway, that's it. I think that's the episode. Darian, you are 14, but do you want people to follow you on things? It's up to you.
I guess so.
We're marketing this to your friends. We're gonna call this episode for the Taylor girlies and the youngsters. No, what should we call it? For the teens and the Taylor.
The
Taylor.
It would be better if it was Swifties, but teen and Swifties.
Oh, we can do Swifties.
Teen Swifties.
Teen Swifties.
I don't know. It just popped into my head.
For the Swifties and
the teen.
For the teeny Swifties.
I'm not very good at this.
For the Swifties. This
teen.
one's for the Swifties.
Swifteens.
But the Swiftie part can be for anyone. This one's for the Swifties and the teens, just the teens, I guess. That's what we're gonna call it. This one's for the Swifties.
Yep.
And the
teens.
Question mark?
Yep.
I think that should be it. ... question mark. Like, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You a question? This one's for the Swifties and the teens.
Go follow my TikTok.
Oh yeah. Tell them. You gotta tell them your name then. What's your TikTok name?
I'm pretty sure it's like Darian _433211. Go follow right now, please and thank you. Or like,
do you want them to follow your Instagram, or no? You're trying to get TikTok famous.
My Instagram's kind of boring. I don't really post on there. You can if you want to.
Just the TikTok. That's fine. Just TikTok maybe. Because your Instagram's probably private, right? Because you're 14.
No.
It doesn't make you have a private Instagram?
My age on here is definitely like 28.
Don't say that on here. What if Instagram's listening?
Instagram, I am of age now. When I got it originally, I never even posted on it. I was not of age. I was like 10, and they wouldn't let me go.
I thought you made a new Instagram. There's an old one on here.
Oh, maybe this one is the legal one.
It is, I think. I think you made it when you turned.
Yeah, the last time I updated this was March
of age.
20th of 2021.
Okay,
so
before I forget, I was making a vlog today. So Darian, let me pop you in it real quick.
Okay.
But guys, and you can follow the podcast, Legally NYC Podcast, on TikTok and Instagram. You can follow me, Erin.Lindsay13, on TikTok and Instagram. If you want to see what Megan and I have cooking up that I was mentioning will be coming soon, that will be on TikTok and my personal Instagram. It won't be on the podcast stuff. It's a personal, separate brand deal I have going on. So if you want to know about those, it's going to be cool. It's going to be on TikTok and Instagram. And I've got some cool guests coming soon. Like I said, a repeat guest and a brand new one. That's one of my dream guests. I'm very excited for November and December. We're planning the details with those. But yeah. And then this is on YouTube. I'm gonna post it.
The whole one?
The whole thing.
No edits.
No edits.
It's gonna be a mess, guys.
It's gonna be a mess.
It's a laugh.
It's a laugh for sure. And Darian got educated on rude and derogatory terms today.
I didn't say it though.
Well, she said it, but it was because her friend said it. She was telling us what they.
I was quoting it.
She was quoting it, and she has now been informed that
I would never say that.
That you would never call someone that.
Yeah. Also, I'm the one who made the Did you switch the picture for this or no?
Yes, because I did a photo shoot. But when I'm home next time,
I
you can
have
to
do that.
So we have an art version of it.
There will be a new username picture coming out, guys.
Yeah,
a new user picture.
Not the
drawing.
The podcast art though, but for the Instagram, it's going to be the Instagram like logo. Because right now it's just one that I made.
You should make
Canva.
stickers. You should make stickers.
Okay, if you draw it well, I'll make stickers. If people buy it, tell us, guys. You want stickers drawn by
I can make an Etsy shop.
and I will be splitting the profits because she's making them off of me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Love everyone.
Much love, everyone. Have a beautiful week, beautiful day. I gotta go edit this bad boy.